Oh, hello guys. It's been a while. It's been like over a month since I've last streamed. Oh well. How's it going, chat? How is it gaming? Alright. I guess it's the time I should show off what we are doing today. So. Like, fucking every single build I've done on this stream, except for like one. It's been a Cannonkeys build, and all Cannonkeys builds come in these really nice cases. Hey Liz, how's it going? So, yeah, look at that, beautiful. Yeah. Oh, how's the sound quality? Like, is the music too loud? Is my voice too loud? Just, you know, feel free to tell me. Oh, it's good, awesome. Yeah, look at that. It's a Lilac Obliterated75. Looks very pretty. Look at that. We're gonna put it away for now, though. We're going to put it away because we don't need it yet. I am going to take out the switch plate. This FR4 plate, like every single Cannonkeys build. You know, it's flexible, it's soft, it's nice. It's what I personally use. I kind of want to try some polycarbonate plates though. I've ordered a board with a polycarbonate plate, hasn't come in yet. Hopefully I can do, you know, a stream of that when it comes in. But you know. So yeah, put that aside. Yeah, that's all I need from that right now. Okay, there's the O-rings. Yep, alright. Put that away. So I have already lubed and filmed all the switches, because of course I did. If I didn't, that would be awful. I already tested the VCB off stream because it'd be fucking awful if it didn't work. So for stabilizers today, we got the Wuque Studio stabs. Look very pretty. And I'm going to assemble these. I'm gonna use these updated stems because why wouldn't I? I'm just gonna be loading these with dielectric grease because I don't have enough Krytox going around for that. Grab a strategic paper towel. so for lubing. Don't need any of these stems. I'll put those away. These are basically Duroc stabs, I'm pretty sure. Not Duroc V2s though. Hey, what's up? How is it going? My dielectric grease and its prison, because I hate this stuff, honestly. Like it's kind of disgusting. But you need it for this, unless you want to use Krytox. And I think Krytox it's a bit of waste to use Krytox on stabilizers. How is it going, though? Just dunking the wires in the dielectric grease, you know, pretty standard lubing process. It's kind of hard to get this in camera. I need a better, like, camera situation, but, like, that's expensive. And, haha, money, am I right? Also, I just bought a Valorant knife today, so that doesn't really help my situation, to be honest. A new camera actually would have been cheaper. Shh. Well, new webcam. Yeah, that's one. Oh, dang it. I forgot to, like, build one before I dunked it. That's awkward. Just kind of hoping that these stabilizers turn out well. I mean, I'll redo them if they're bad, but stabilizer is probably my least favorite part of the building. Putting together stabilizers is quite annoying, I will say. The only part that sucks is the whole lubing of them. Like, if you didn't have to do that, it would be very hard, but, like, you know, that's what most things. I should have done some wire balancing before. I can do some wire balancing for the space bar. That's the one that really matters for wire balancing. Also, I might not even have to do it. Like, I might check and it's okay. Really just did that, didn't I? Oh, I was dumb. That's got a lot of lube on it. Oh no, it's fine. It's not enough for it to be bad. Because you need a good amount of it, so it's not so it's not rattly, right? But you don't want too much, because then it'll be sluggish. If I overlube it, the worst that could happen is I just have to redo it, which is, like I said, not that bad. These are much nicer stabilizers than the ones I used in my last build, which is Bakaneko, and the thing about that keyboard is that it requires you to use cherry clip-in stabilizers, or any clip-in stabilizers. And the thing about that is, clip-in stabs just aren't that good. Yeah, so I got shift, enter, and the backspace. Alright, cool. Yeah, because like with split backspace, what I normally do, I only have to, I don't have to do two, three stabilizers. I'll put the screws in there. That's pretty straight. So I will deal with it. And if it is bad, I'll redo it. Really need to get an actual like soldering mat or something, because I'm just on a desk mat, which I really shouldn't be doing for the longevity of my mousepad. But, you know, whatever. It's my loss. I have another one anyways. Did it again. That's really, really cool of me. Really, really cool. Alright, cool. Get this fucking shit away from me. Alright, let's put those to the side. Now let's get the PCB out. And now we're gonna mount the stabs to make sure I was taking dielectric grease on my hands. It's just, I don't like the feeling of it. Greasy fingies, yeah. I just don't like it. Doesn't feel great. That's why I have the paper towel out. Now these are screw and stabs, so now we gotta screw them in. We also got these little insulating things that actually, insulating washers that actually came with the stabilizers, which is really cool. Usually I gotta like use my own ones that are like, ones I have are like felt and are meant for like, you know, like PCB stuff. Not specifically like keyboard PCBs, just general. Did it really fall off? Ah. There we go. Gotta try to keep this more in frame, sorry. I really want to get something like we're gonna do like a top-down perspective, but just seems like I gotta like get some sort of tripod or something to do it, and that's money instead of what I am doing right now, which is using a water bottle. Granted, it's a metal water bottle, but it's still a water bottle to mount my camera. I really need to do something better if I plan to continue doing this. Why am I being so awkward today? Like with my hands. Also, if you're wondering why you need the washers, it's just so that the metal screws don't short anything on the PCB. Because we're using metal screws, and that could very well happen. Don't need any clip-in stabs because it's all plastic. that's it for those. And I'll be right back to finish these. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. The plate on. And let's get some switches in there just to test. Yeah, I'm gonna really need to cherry pick these two. So we will do that. You're gonna have to bear with me here. Oh, thank you for the follow, Emerald Slayer 1. I didn't see that you did that. Do I have my alerts on? Or was it when I was AFK? So right now I'm just sorting them into piles of switches I would use as alphas and switches I would use as mods. Just because, well, these will be the switches in the most used areas. So the alphas and any of the mods that use all the time. These are the best feeling switches because there are variations. Because some switches have more spring crunch than others. Or some might just be more lubed than others, because I fucked up. Either that or it's just there was more factory lube on them. The goal is that the worst feeling switches you don't have to use. Like they either don't get used at all, or they go in very seldom used parts of the keyboard, like the F keys, or like stuff that you only press like very, very infrequently. Now, it's not like there's a world of difference between the two. But it's something I like to do. Basically anything with spring crunch I'd immediately toss into the other category. There will be enough switches. Oh. The goal is just to have switches that feel the same be the ones that you use the most. Particularly, I do this with linears, because I feel like tactiles usually feel the same. But linears, you really notice like that little bit of spring crunch if you're looking for it. If you notice, I'm putting way more in the good category now. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, that's good. Good learning about keyboards. That's good. That's good. Spring crunch. Too heavy. That's good. So when I'm testing, by the way, I just want to show you what I'm doing. So I am just pressing down my finger, and I'm also pushing it into the corners, because that's how you will notice that bit of spring crunch. This is not something you really notice when you have keycaps on. That's a good one. So, but it's something that you'll notice if you're doing this. Like, I feel a little bit of spring crunch, so we're just going over there. It will affect the sound of your keyboard a bit. Some of the bad ones are just a little too lubed. That's a little too lubed. And especially because this is not my keyboard, this is a client build. I want them to have the best possible experience. Inclusive. There we go, that's definitely a good one. We're almost done with this part. Probably should have done this before. Oops. Thank you. It's kind of the goal. scratchy-ish. Nice. That's pretty cool. What kind of beer was it? Oh, that's good. Right, these are the not as good. And these are the really good. Nice. I'm not really an IPA person though. I'm not too big of a sour kind of guy personally. Dude, I immediately lost a viewer because I said like IPAs. SMH my head, man. Well, yeah. I know, just all the ones I've tried. Hate that you've become a beer snob. It's not like the worst thing that you could have done. Alright, now we're gonna go test stabilizers. Could be worse, you could be into keyboards. So, for today, we're going to be using, again, PBT Sugarplum. Very nice set. Stabilizers, am I right? So right now I am putting keys on the stabilizers to test for rattle. So far so good. You should always be using this, always using the keycaps of what you were planning to use in your build to test your stabilizers. Okay, these sound really good. From what I can tell. I'm gonna put them closer to my ear though. You're trying to convince Tim to get one? Alright, that sounds really good. Alright. Time to yank these off. ideally. Trying not to take the stabilizers with them. And I did. It's a very easy fix before the soldering, so no biggie. I did another one. Cool. Mostly just wants to watch me build it. Hey, man. I'll do it. Dang, I wish I didn't just... I kind of wish I just kept this on. But, hey, man. This one. There we are. Oops. Oh wait, no, I think these are all good actually. Huh, I didn't need to do that. Okay, I thought I fucked them up somehow. I didn't. He just hemorrhages money and there's some sick keycap sets out there. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, GMK Oblivion is out there right now. It's a fucking amazing kit. If you have the money, I highly recommend it. It's like one of my favorite keycap sets. I'm just, don't tell him about GMK. Hey, man. Alright, I'm gonna put some keys in the corners. What I love about these Cannonkeys plates is that they are all one layout, and that might sound like a bad thing, right? But oh wait, let's use some of the lesser switches for those, because actually, maybe keeping. Over lube escape is okay. One thing I love about these Cannonkeys plates, though, is that they're single layout. And that might sound like a bad idea, right? It's like, why would you only want one layout? Well, they have options to get other layouts, right? I mean, it's two choices really, because the other options are because it's like you can either have a 7U spacebar or a 6.25U, which is the default, which is what we have. It's probably the kind that you are most accustomed to. Why'd I put that in the bad pile? That's a good one. It's probably the type that you were most accustomed to. And the reason it's good is because they can have really tight tolerances over here, and all these do. All of these mounting options have really tight tolerances, which make it so it's practically impossible for switches to be crooked, which is amazing because most plates from most custom keyboards have not as good tolerances, which makes it a possibility that a key might be crooked, and then you have to worry about that. But with these Cannonkeys plates, it's like not even possible, which is very, very nice. Now it is time to get the soldering iron hot. And also, I don't know how much you hear my air conditioner, but I'm gonna turn it off. And I also need to turn on the fan. So that's gonna be a... It's gonna make some noise. So we're gonna start with soldering in the 4 most corners. And this fan takes a minute to actually turn on. So we gotta wait for it to do that, because I am not soldering without the fan on, because I don't want to be inhaling solder fumes. And if you're soldering, if you, the viewer at home, I have to put my hand at a very awkward angle to point at the camera, are thinking of soldering, do not solder without either one, wearing a mask. Like, you all have masks now. It's not really an issue. You have one. 1, wear a mask, or 2, have a FAM/fume extractor, because you do not want to breathe this in. Also, make sure you're in a ventilated place. Like, have your windows open. Those are a few soldering tips. Yeah, you love breathing and soldering fumes. He looks GMK laser. I don't think that's in group buy, is it? It might be. I don't know, man. It's a drop set. So we got our... It's in stock. Oh, that's dangerous. Got our solder. Keister leaded solder. I'm going to bring the soldering iron over here so it's safer. And now it's time to tin the tip. Tinning the tip just makes it so. It works a little better. Oh, it's a... Okay, they try to keep in stock. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I remember when it was a group buy. So right now we're only going to solder in one of the pins of the switches. There's 2 pins in each switch, as you probably know. We're only going to solder in one. Because that, in case it is not level, we can fix it. If you solder in 2, it's very annoying to fix. And remember, when you're soldering, do not put too much pressure. You don't need to put much pressure. Just have to lay it on there. It should work. Oops. Alright, I mean, it looks good. Now we're going to put in the rest of the switches. I'm going to start with the F row. You have flexible plates. Sometimes you're going to need a little tool to help you put it in without flexing. So like right now I'm just taking soldering thing and I'm just lifting the plate up with it very gently. You know, nothing rough. And I'm using my B-rate switches for the F row because like you hit the F row obviously, but it's not like as heavily used as alphas. Also there's these nice flex cuts in the F row, which makes it so that the PCB, like the actual typing part, can be softer, which is very nice. Because sometimes you just get like a block. And that makes it so it's not as flexible as it could be. dick stuck in soldering iron. I mean, that's unfortunate, man. That's really unfortunate. Sounds like you're in quite a predicament there. I think you'll enjoy the sound of these switches a lot. I don't think that you will mind that you don't have the sound loud packets. You might have to buy a keycap to soothe the pain. Hey man, whatever makes you feel better, you know? That's one thing that sucks about flexible plates, though, is that they're flexible, so it makes it a little difficult to get all the switches done all the time. Sometimes I just, like, if the plate's really flexible, this is not flexible. This is flexible, but it's not that bad, where I would have to put all the switches in before doing any soldering. But, you know. It's definitely a thing that can happen. Red Samurai does look cool. Personally, not really for me, but it is very cool. It's a little too weeb for me, personally. Well, okay, base Red Samurai without the Japanese legends, I think looks really good. And I think regular GMK Samurai looks really good. I, personally, just don't really want to use a weeb set, and that's kind of a weeb set. What qualifies a weeb set? Japanese characters on the switches. Not switches, on the keycaps. That's it, pretty much. I mean, the thing is, it's like the Japanese legends don't actually mean anything, right? Like, I mean, they do, obviously, but that's not how Japanese keyboards really work. Japanese keyboards are cool though. They have a very interesting layout. It's kind of like ISO, but they have a really small spacebar because they need to be able to switch like characters, you know, between like Latin alphabet and like the different Japanese alphabets. Which is why I say that, you know, just having Japanese characters on keycaps, like, doesn't make it a Japanese, you know, keyboard. Which is why it's kind of a weeb set. And I just bent a pin. It's very PogChamp with me. Also, typing in Japanese seems really interesting, because, like, as you know, if you know anything about Japanese, right, the characters, like, the single letters versus, like a lot of the symbols are kind of like compound words, you know? So, you type in, like, you type in a word and then it, like, turns it into the actual, like, official compound word thing. It's pretty interesting. I obviously don't know enough about it. That's very cool. Yeah, something like that. Obviously don't know enough about it. Also, I see I got a bunch of new viewers. How's it going, guys? There we go. Making sure these switches are in. Thank you. Pretty early on still, but you know. I just spent another pin. Just very, very epic, you know. Thankfully this is a solder board, so bent pins really aren't even a big deal. And snapped in the last one. Oh, hit the mic. There we go. Completed PCB. Very cool, very cool. Alright, time for soldering time, guys. It's soldering time, everybody. Kind of the best part. Oops. That's a bent pin. Gonna fix that real quick. First F key. I'm just gonna swap it out entirely. Because I can. Oh yeah, it wasn't even the right one. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm gonna swap it out entirely though. I have more. That's bent. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna try to do it more towards the camera. I'm gonna put a little more solder on those just to make them look a little prettier. Just putting very little solder on that. I mean, it works. And solder joints are very unlikely to fall off. I'm gonna do the typical size of a keyboard builder. Gotta say, this PCB is so nice. I love Cannonkeys PCBs. Solder mask is like really slippery, which is like, I feel is a good thing. I feel like it just means the solder mask is like really good. I wish there was a better way for you guys to actually see what I'm doing. I mean, there is. I just don't have it. I need to straighten the pins. I'm actually gonna straighten this one. There we go. It's really hard to like actually see when you bent a pin. Oh, I nudged the camera, so. Sorry about that. The thing with a solder build though is that like you could actually not worry about the bent pins at all, just kind of solder into it. It's just that like if you ever want to take those switches out, it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's also not the best practice, so I will not do it. Unless it's like my personal keyboard and just don't give a shit. So possible. Another bent pin. Why did I bend so many pins today? Not like me. At least I'm really good at getting them straight. Look at that. It's like not even bent anymore. Amazing. I'm so good. You guys enjoying the music? All right. Thanks for coming out. Almost done with the soldering though. We're pretty close to the end. All right, that's it. Let's just tin the tip. Turning the iron off. Just gonna put it over here. Now we get to test to make sure nothing got messed up. All right, let's get VIA open. And it all works. Let's go. All right, now we get to put it in the case. Very cool. Let me turn off the fan. Take that off of the desk as well if you need it. Put this to the side. Let's get the case. Let's get these boys out. These as well, the O-rings. Let's put the bump-ons on before I really do much else. The Allen wrench too. Pretty interesting bump-ons. They're like flat, instead of like the rounded ones that you normally see. And they're nice. The same ones on the back and neck. Use this tray. right. Interesting that they only offer Allen keys this time, but that's fine. So on the Brutal 60, they offered Phillips head as an option, which I appreciated. Replace the little O-rings in their little grooves, if I can. There we go. Probably the hardest part about building a burger mount keyboard. Getting all the O-rings where you want them to be, you know? It's probably the hardest part. Alright, now you put this in upside down and slightly move that over there. I am just going to put all the O-rings in the same place that I put all the screws. So now you attach an O-ring to each screw. Just pop it in there. Again, probably most annoying part about building these. Probably should just put boat rings in all these to start off with. This is a client build? Yes, it is. Although I would totally use this color of keyboard, it's very nice. Also, how's it going, man? I do own a Brutal 60, yeah. Oh, that's good. I also just got a paycheck not too long ago, so I'm thinking about joining another group by freaking the Chaos 65. It looks very nice. It's a gasket mount. Sadly, it does not come in gray. I wanted the gray keyboard. I could have joined the Mode 65, but I didn't really want another top mount. What I heard from Teja's stack mount is pretty stiff. Like nice, but stiff. And I was just like, yeah, that's not exactly what I want. I'm waiting a little bit though on pulling the trigger. Because the group buy doesn't end for a little bit and it's unlimited, so I have the option. The two-tone ones are really cool. I just didn't really want to buy one. Yeah, that's one of the better ones, I think. Actually, the lilac one is pretty cool too. This is just full lilac. Alright, cool. Yeah, I was also kind of thinking about getting a palm plate for my Brutal 60. I like the FR4, but I like softer a little more. Like it's a little It's a little too stiff for me, which is weird because it's not stiff. It really does. I love the sound of it. Yeah, I've been using my Neko like as my main for like ever since I did that build stream. I went back to the Brutal 60 and I was just kind of like, man, this feels so good. Like, not that the Brutal 60 feels bad. Top 3 plate materials. I would probably say top 3, no particular order, would be PC, Palm, and FR4. Like, I like the flexy materials, you know? PC, Palm are pretty similar, I'd say, in terms of feel. Carbon fiber's cool too, but I don't like it as much as FR4. Aluminum's okay if you have a lot of flex cuts, or like it's gasket mount with like flex cuts, like with like the leaf spring cuts or something. Brass is, nah, it's cool looking, but that's about it. All right. Pretty stiff, actually. I'm going to slightly, I think I tightened that a little too much. I'm going to go in and untighten it a bit. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. I think FO4 is just a really nice middle ground, which is why Cannonkeys uses it so much. I mean, of course, like, plate material preference is all personal, you know, it's all personal preference. There's people out there that fucking love brass plates and aluminum plates. I'm not one of those people. Like, I know Cryo-san, you know, he very much hates flexible plate materials. Yeah, I mean, their implementation of gasket mount was really bad. So I'm gonna take this out of the way. It's just basically was too stiff. Like, gasket mount should have a little bit of like softness to it. That's like the whole point. It's like you should be able to use a stiffer plate material. Yeah, I mean, like, for the price, it's actually not bad. But it's not like a custom killer, like people are saying it was. I don't even think it's an NK65 killer for entry or regular. I don't think it's a killer of anything. It's just a decent option. it was incredibly overhyped. That's the main issue. Honestly, I'd use it if it had the layout I like, which is split backspace. Like, you can mod it to actually like have good gaskets and like have a pretty decent gasket implementation. Also, like, just everyone that makes a gasket mount, like if you were somehow watching this, which I doubt you are, fuck off with the side gaskets. Just makes it stiffer. That's better. I tightened it too much. Well, between the plate, yeah. So between the reason why there's screws between the plate and the PCB is because it's a hot swap board. You kind of need that for rigidity for hot swap, which is why I'm not a huge fan of hot swap in most cases. Now, it didn't need that many, for sure. But hot swap, I feel like, is pretty flawed on anything that is, like, top mount or gasket. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, you could just use 4 or 2, you know, like, try to limit it. Because, like, you will need those hard points of connection, but you don't need that many. It's just to, because, like, the switches, like, in the PCB are what hold it together. Like, you can hold it together pretty well with top mount, you just need a little bit of help. I'm also not a designer, though. Pretty cool, I could try it at some point, but definitely not one. But yeah, on like every keyboard that has side gaskets, stop it. Like, I'm looking at you KBD fans, stop putting side gaskets on your gasket mounts, they're bad. I have not, no. I've been really busy with work and stuff. I only work retail, but like, I have really bad hours. It's like my summer job, you know. Going into my senior year, I'm gonna quit it relatively soon because I can't really do that in school at the same time because the hours are so bad. Yeah. Not exactly fun. At least I work. I'm not gonna name drop the store I work in, but I work in the tech section, so at least it's something I'm like know of. One kid came in and asked if we had any 60%, so I had to tell him no. I will say it is a store that you wouldn't expect to have 60% keyboards in. That's interesting. It is really cool though to see just like normal people, or you know, like just more people interested in this community. But yeah. No, that is not something you're going to find in the physical store. Yeah, usually when anyone asks me about that sort of like stuff, I usually will, you know, like tell them to go like on, you know, like a website that you would get like, I would direct him in the right direction basically, you know. Yeah, I don't think it would be very possible for this hobby to like really work in a... Oh, that feels really good. I don't think it would be really that possible for this hobby to work in like a physical brick and mortar store type thing. Like, I mean, maybe like a Best Buy or something. But that's like a maybe. More like a circuit. Not like... Ugh. Or like, what's the name of that place? Micro Center. Maybe they could sell some stuff like that, like a Micro Center. That's about it. Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, I forgot they changed their name. I mean, I know Zeal, like if you're local to them, like Canada, you can do local pickup with them. I wonder if Cannonkeys does that, because I live somewhat close to where they are. So that'd be nice. Yeah. I mean, it's really hard in this community to be impatient. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. It's not the right profile. Come on. Heard the thing about HK Gaming? Which thing about HK Gaming? Also, here we go. We got it. Oh, about the clones they make? Yeah, I don't support them. And you shouldn't either. They're really scummy. Have you seen, like, that response they gave to that, like, 16-year-old kid or whatever? Tried to call him out? Very cringe. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. So. Looks like we have our finished keyboard. So, try to get in frame. There we go. Thumbnail image, you know. Opinion on clones. So yeah, my opinion on clones is that, yeah, it's very nice. My opinion on clones is that just don't support them, you know? Like, the thing about GMK that kind of sucks is that it's expensive and that it's very, like, exclusive, right? So there's that one group buy and then that's it pretty much, right? Very nice. Yeah, so there's that one group buy and then that's pretty much it, right? So I don't think the solution is to clone someone's key set, because they, like, there's this designer that made this very cool colorway, right? And now some colorways can be pretty close to others, right? That's not a clone. What's a clone is when it's the same exact colorway, same exact stuff, right? With, like, the same accents, same novelties, all that stuff, you know? It's like stuff, and especially when they're just calling it clones, you know? It's like, yeah, that's, like, obviously a clone. I do not think you should support those clones because they do not support the original creator of that colorway, right? And that, you know, theme and all that. Like, so you shouldn't buy a knockoff GMK Olivia because Olivia made that colorway, and she does not get any credit or profit from the clone manufacturer doing it. Now, I understand why people might want a clone set of an expensive GMK set because they look nice, right? The thing about clones, though, is that they're going to be pretty shit quality most of the time, right? So that's one thing. And two, it's just a scummy practice, right? Just like, I don't think it's that hard just to get something similar, right? So, like, you like GMK Olivia, just get something similar. Like, I feel like this is pretty similar to that, right? There does need to be more inexpensive options, though, and preferably ones in stock. I feel like novel keys and canon keys have been pretty good at getting that kind of thing to happen. So yeah, that's my take on it. Anyways, let's type on this thing. A little rant out of the way. I'm gonna turn off the music. Put my microphone close to it. In my typical fashion, I'm not gonna bring up anything on the screen. I'm just going to type. Let's bring in more. Alright, let's start with the modifiers. Excuse me. Alright, I mean, that sounds pretty good, right? Yeah. That's pretty good. Very clacky, very clacky. I mean, that's kind of what the FR4 plate does, you know? Yeah, very nice, very nice. I think it looks really good too. It's like, let's take a look at this thing. Very nice. I love that lilac color that that Cannonkeys does. It's like this very bright purple. It looks very pink on camera, but it's definitely more of a purple. I think it looks very nice with this keycap set. And I mean, JWK and FR4, always gonna sound good. Like, there's not a case where it doesn't sound good. Yeah, so these were lubed and filmed with, you know, Krytox 205 grade 0 and Deskeys films, because of course they are, right? That's like, why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they have that, you know? Yeah. I also just love the way the brutal boards look, because they have this really kind of interesting, you know, like, it's brutalist design here, but I just love the thick bezels. I think thick bezels look great. Yeah. And the Wuque Studio stabilizers feel pretty good, you know? I also just love this keycap set. I think it's so nice. It really invokes, you know, like GMK Olivia without, you know, copying it. Because it's basically GMK Olivia, but purple instead of pink, which looks beautiful. That's why I also own a set of it on my Wuque Echo. Not very original, because everyone that has a Wuque Echo basically has this keycap set on it, but you know, this also is JWKs on FR4, which will never not sound good. Oh shit. This sounds and feels amazing. Alright. I think that's it for the stream tonight. Thank you for all who are still here, and for all who have watched this entire thing. Thank you for those who have left before now. But it's time for me to go. So hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Whether that's next stream will be when I get the next keyboard. You're a little late, buddy. Sorry about that. Yeah. So next, you can watch the VOD will be on YouTube. And on Twitch. Yeah, the next one will be whenever the Pollen 65 actually gets here. It was supposed to come like 2 months ago. It's been delayed. What a shocker, am I right? A group buy getting delayed? That's insane. No, that's never happened before ever, right? So that'll be when the next one happens. Keyboards suck. Yeah, that'll be when the next stream happens, whenever that comes in. Unless someone wants me to build one before then, which, I mean, could happen, but probably not. The parts will probably not come here before that. In true keyboard fashion. Alright, so, it's time for me to go. See you guys in the next one. And thank you for coming out. Goodbye.